Overall, the OPEC Plus meeting, again, virtual, was a pretty big surprise, causing some big moves. Let's bring in someone who I haven't seen in about 4 minutes and who has not missed an OPEC meeting in her career, Halima Croft, RBC Capital Markets. I mean, we were on that
yes.
Our viewers like, what are you talking about? We're on the OPEC press conference. It's 12:55. I'm asking Abdulaziz a question, thinking I've got to host a show in 5 minutes. I jumped off. I loved what Abdulaziz bin Salman, the Saudi energy minister, said at the end. I asked him what would his message be to U.S. oil production companies, and he said, drill, baby, drill is over. What did you make of OPEC? What did you make of that call?
Well, he's clearly not a Sarah Palin fan. But seriously, I mean, this was a surprise ending. I mean, there was speculation going into this meeting that Saudi might start phasing back in those million barrels they have sitting off the market. But His Royal Highness wants us to be clear that he's not bringing back those barrels until he has clear signs that we've turned the corner on COVID-19. He keeps talking about the need to see shots in the arm. He's not taking the super cycle theory for granted. We're going to have to wait and see when those barrels come back. But he's going to be very, very cautious.
And does this mean the Saudis are not concerned with market share? They're more concerned with price? Because if it's the latter, Halima, that is a huge gift to U.S. oil and gas producers. There are many stocks that have more than doubled this year, in part because of that Saudi surprise cut.
I think the Russians have been the ones most concerned about U.S. shale production. They are the ones saying we do not want to cede market share to U.S. producers and then get sanctioned by the U.S. government. The Saudis have been consistently saying for the past couple of years, we're going to have to live with shale. We're not looking to price shale out of business. What I think is interesting, Brian, though, is when will the White House make the call to Saudi Arabia? For the past 4 years, Donald Trump was picking up the phone and calling OPEC and calling the kingdom whenever you had prices rise significantly. I think what's really going to be different this time is I don't expect that the Biden administration is going to place that call for a while.
Well, just remember, and without diving too much into the dirty politics of it, Halima, the Democrats, while they'll talk about, anti-fossil fuels in some cases, they're also eyeballing Texas as a potential blue swing, at least certain seats. I mean, they've got to play that dance delicately in Texas, do they not?
No, absolutely. But I think what is so interesting, Brian, if this had been a year ago and you had oil prices move like this on a decision basically made by Saudi Arabia, you would have expected President Trump to be tweeting. I'm just wondering what Joe Biden's price target is going to be. When would he ever make the call? Would you have to be at $100 oil to make the call, or is no call coming? And so will Saudi Arabia and will OPEC have a lot more running room in terms of the relations with the U.S. on this?
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.